Welcome to the Improviding Life podcast, where we explore how life can be more livable. This is Lori Crawford, your host. Hello, and welcome. I'm having this thought on my mind to share how we can shift from this place of should and into this curiosity of coulds, right? And so, so often, we're hearing these messages that sound like just deep enough to be like, oh yeah, that'll unlock the thing, that'll make life easier. But then we're not given the space and sort of the next steps on how to implement or integrate that and actually have it be a practice that makes life more livable. And so and it's so funny to even be recording this right now because I have a certain amount of found time, right? So I just got home from a work meeting and my husband and baby aren't here, and that's literally never happened yet since baby's been born, like where I just have any amount of time at home. And so it's so funny to be using that to, be recording a podcast. But why this message wants to come through is feels so viscerally important, right? So I would come home about 5 minutes ago. I'll get a snack real quick. So, my body needed something, but I didn't want to eat too much because I think it's Valentine's Day when I'm recording this. I think they might be going to get some snacks to surprise me, so I want to, have some surprise room left. And so right away, my body, my mind had all these shoulds, I should be cleaning up. We're having guests this weekend. I should be doing this. I should be doing that, right? I should be recording a podcast. I should be checking my emails. I should be working and doing all these things. And I let those shoulds have their space right as I was chewing on my overly stale leftover bagels, my quick snack, right? And, and even was focusing on allowing okay, is the difficulty of chewing this bagel, can that be also just representative of reflective of the effort of chewing on these shoulds, right? And as I was doing that, what came through was the lens switch of coulds. If I could record this podcast, what would that do for me, right? And so, it was it would provide a way to alleviate some of this mental tension, to be able to feel like I can express myself, right? I haven't had a moment of space to myself. And so being able to, just put voice to that right now felt important, and sort of how I decided on this would be what I do for the next few minutes was because when I was playing with the other coulds, okay, I could clean. What would that provide me? Okay, less cleaning to do later. Yes, that sounds like my second priority. So after I share these thoughts out, that's the next could, right? And some of the other coulds are I could check my email, but that would make me feel less joy. That would still feel like work, and I don't want to be in work mode. Oh, I could have made a whole meal, right? But that feels like that isn't the time that I want to be spending doing that because, again, I might be getting some food, as a surprise or something for Valentine's Day. So, letting there be that room to, instead of feeling like I have to control everything, to, let in the act of receiving something, right? And so in the moment of, instead of just being I shouldn't have all these should thoughts in my head, right? Shifting to, if I could do each of these items, how would I feel? What experience might that be? Would it, and in that I realized that what I, my goal or my objective of what would feel successful or nutritive during this time would be feeling like I actually get to do something that is meaningful to me, something that I don't typically have access to do. Yes, I often don't have time to clean unless I'm holding a toddler, but that doesn't feel the most nutritive to me. Being able to express myself right now, put words to my experience, and acknowledge that I have this experience felt like it's something that I don't often have the space to do. So, as my doggy chimes in, yes. So this is a super quick little morsel, but it's also feeling allowing the space that, if for this season of life, if podcast episodes are these short little 4 or 5 minute things, letting that be enough, right? Because I could record something now that feels meaningful and share that out. And in doing so, perhaps give you space to integrate this, right? It doesn't have to be 45 minutes to be meaningful, right? Perhaps if I have the capacity to share out 4 or 5 minutes at a time, perhaps it's finding, these messages are finding people who perhaps have 4 or 5 minutes where they could be choosing to listen and then, be able to feel connected and seen and all of that. So I just want to thank you for, especially if you're someone who has listened to other episodes and knowing that I'm still at this place of what does it look like to have a message and a vision I'm committed to of exploring how life can be more livable And also acknowledging that right now my plate is so full and I'm in a different season of life. So how can these things all gel together? So this feels like the way of being able to practice that. And so with that, I want to, again, wrap this up in a nice cozy bow of offering this out of the next moment you're finding yourself with the shoulds. Yes, and those, right? Yes, the shoulds are happening, and what is provided or becomes available if I shift to coulds. Like, if I could use this moment for X, Y, or Z, what experience would I have? Is that actually what I want? Is that actually what feels supportive right now? Thank you so much for listening. As always, have a razzle dazzle day, and if that's not accessible, put an F on front and have a frazzle dazzle day.